Okay, it looks like I'm live. Oh, hang on. You know what? Let me do this. There. Okay, that's even better. All right. Yippee-yi-yay. So, hey, Rob. How's it going, man? La, 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 la. What am I going to do? You know, I think just to start off, because I'm in the mood to do so, I'm going to play a game or so, or two, or whatever. So there's that. Oh, you know what? I got to start the clocks. Starting evil timer. Right, okay, and then now starting break timer. That's going now too. Looks like, let me make sure. Okay, yeah, that's all good and dandy. And is it back over here? Oops, this one doesn't have this one on yet. Okay. Evil timer. Okay, yeah, it looks like I should have had that already dialed in before I turned everything on. All right, now let me go to, where are you at? Over here. And there's that, and now this and this. Let me push this one down a bit, I guess. I can look at that. All right, there, that's good enough. Let's do, what do I want to do? Let's do a practice on the sequence game. Hey, Eamon, how's it going? There, I just put out a whisper video yesterday for, what did I do? It was Minesweeper. Unless there's a specific whisper video that you were thinking of that I forgot I was going to make. That's absolutely possible. All right, let's see what we got. Cushy, joint, freak. Synod. I use that word a lot. Breed, probably. Metro. Basis. No. I was going to say kayak, but it's not the K at the end, it's Y at the end. Gawky. And gloat. And drain and moist. All right. Giant freak. Oh, pilot. Okay, that will be bleat. Mucky. I'm not sure. Hey James, how's it going? I'm stuck on this one for the moment. What is this going to be? Ardor? R-A-R-D-O-R. Okay. Oops. Dude, you cannot type tonight. All right. No. And think. And blame. Hey, Javon. Yeah, I've done that before. Hey, Ben, how's it going, man? It's good to see you. Oh, is it? Somebody should have said something to me. How did I do that? All right, well, let's play Mastermind then. So there's blue. And it doesn't go there. Oops, not yellow, we need green now. And we got blue in the right spot. And one of those pinks is in. Let's toss in white. Okay, so pink's right. Blue's right, and I'll pick the left-hand white. Let's try the black one. Nope, got those backwards. Blue and then pink. That shall be the puzzle. Yippee-yay. Okay. Try red. Oops. And so red's in there. Play my favorite song. Well, I don't know that I have a favorite song, Ben. And I'm not, I mean, I can go to Spotify and, I mean, Spotify will play it when I, if I put it in and search on it and it finds it and then you click play. I mean, like, were you wanting me to play it live for you guys now? How could I do that? I guess I'd have to do it. It would take me a couple of minutes. I'd have to make it be like when I record Mind Test and run Spotify the way I run the game sounds. I mean, it's not impossible. But again, I don't have a favorite song really. Well, we know yellow goes here for sure. And all right, so it's going to have to be this green, because if it's that green, then red has nowhere to go. So red has to go somewhere as the white one. All right, so now let's try pink. Nope. All right. No pink. How about white? Okay, there we go. It's a game capture. I'm not sure I follow, Ben. I don't, I mean, changing mine, I guess mine it would be similar. It's not that it changes, it's just that I don't know. Because, so many different pieces of music has so many different types of appeal, right? It's like when people ask me for my favorite movie, I could at least nail that down to like 3, right? Which is 2001: A Space Odyssey, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, and The House of the Flying Daggers, which I haven't seen. I have to rewatch that one. I haven't seen it in years. Actually, I haven't seen all of them in years now that I think about it. Because I don't have two things. I don't have a disc player like a Blu-ray player or whatever anymore. And I don't know where all those movie discs are. It's like they went with this. They're probably in the same box as my other CDs. All right, so, well, we know green for sure. And, all right, so it's going to be like this. It's going to be yellow like this, be pink like this, and be black like that. What do you know? And the Matrix is, I do like the Matrix a lot. I don't know if I'd put it quite that high, but yeah, I do quite like it. Hey, look, I just realized that my little icon thing down in the lower right is actually covering up Me. That's funny. That's really funny. Yikes. Game capture. Oh no, well there's not a thing called game capture. It's what it is I have to route the audio through one of the audio devices on my computer. So either like I would send it to the output that would go to my headphones, or I could send it to the output that would go to the SPDIF output, or you know, that kind of thing. So what I would do is I would just like turn off the headphones, but route it that way. Is actually, that's why I was going to listen to it, right? You know. Oh, the next Mind Test Live. Yeah, there will be a crinkle extravaganza. Oh, maybe not before break. What time? Let me look at the clock. I don't even know how much time we have left. 9 minutes. Yeah, let me. Yeah, you know what? I just finished this game, so let's do that. Yeah, I'll do some crinkling now. Why not? So let me go back over to here, like that. Let me go to here, like that. There we go. And here's the crinkle bag. I just realized that you need to go to bed soon, don't you, Ben? Oh, thanks, James. Yeah, I think a big part of it is that there's something about the sort of checkerboard pattern on the floor, isn't there? I quite like that thing. All right, I'm going to start with the bubble wrap paper combination. So I will crinkle over there while I'm putting my voice into the microphone over here. So crinkle on that side, human voice on this side. Hey, Kid Amanda, how you doing? Oh, cool. Thanks, man. Ben. Yeah, the hat. Yeah, I got it. Actually, I bought it off Amazon. I bought this package of 4. They called them skull caps. But I thought they'd be perfect for me to wear on my balding head for a couple of reasons. It's, you know, I think the last little bit of hair I have on the top is pretty ugly looking, and I'm fearful of trimming it off, or that it would grow back and be all spiky looking, and, you know, it's just a pain in the ass. But also, my head gets cold down here quite a bit, so it helps keep me a little bit warmer than whatever. And also, like when I'm filming, it helps keep my hair out of my face. Anyway, let's go back to here. Put my voice over here, human voice on this side, and crinkling on that side. Crinkling on that side. Human voice on this side over here. Crinkle, crinkle. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Hey, Hong Kong. Let's move to another piece of crinkle. Italicized snack bar wrapper. So we will crinkle over there while I put the human voice over here. Crinkling over there. Human voice over here. Crinkling over there. Human voice over here. Crinkling over there. Human voice over here. speaking. And even more soft speaking. And even more soft speaking. Actual human from Google YouTube. I haven't encountered one yet. Yep, that's it. Thank you, Ben. That's a pretty good summing up. Okay, time for a quick break. I will be back, and we'll do some more crinkling. Okie doke. All right. I'm back. Okay, so I was going to continue with some more crinkling. Actually, I'll switch hands with the little pouches. Put the small one on my left. Well, your right, my left. But bigger one on my right, your left. All right. So a little bit of soft speaking. A little bit of soft speaking. A little bit of soft speaking. Whisper, 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 whisper. Well, you know, Ben, that's really pretty cool. Because, like, that indicates that there's still people subscribing, even though I am not putting in new material, you know what I mean? Which is, you know, really cool. Oh, the good news is I'm getting really, really close to being able to monetize the channel. As a matter of fact, probably next live stream I will have been qualified for that little stickers and thanks and, you know, the thank you button or whatever. Although I don't know. I'm not all that enthused about the whole stickers business, but, or memberships or anything like that. But, you know, the thanks button is fine. I've, you know, basically, you know, people put money in there and it's, you know, helps me buy weed. You know, now kids don't go buy weed. That's just for me. Oh yeah, Sean, I might. Yeah, some GeoGuessr. I'll have to, I don't remember which browser it worked best in. Well, I'll just try it in Firefox. That's the one I have Mastermind in, so. Wow, 500 subs in 10 days. That's pretty good, Ben. Thank you. But I'm hoping, like I don't think it will even take another month for me to get monetized. Well, that might be ambitious, but you know, probably in about that amount of time. Oh, see, the thing is that I didn't have the mind test thing. It wasn't on an account anywhere, James. It was only on my machine. So there's nothing for me to get into. Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it, Ben? Yeah, that's the sad thing, James. No more of the old one, but you know, I'm trying to keep my mind on the idea that it's a bit like, you know, the mandala thing, right? Where the guys do the thing with the sand, and then when they finish making this absolutely gorgeous thing, they just brush it off the surface that they were putting on. And like they don't take photos of it or anything. God, I hate open source. Why? No, Javon, I've never been to New Orleans. I would like to go to New Orleans. Now, should I say New Orleans or New Orleans? Because I've heard people say it both ways. I don't want to move to the large crinkle bag. And maybe I'll go play some geoguessr. Man, that's a good sound. And we'll do some whispering over here. Crinkle with the large bag over there. I'll whisper over here. I crinkle with the large bag over there. I will whisper over here. I crinkle with the large bag over there. Oh, wow. That's crazy, man. I haven't heard about those two. Locker Goga and Pegasus. You know, I think I should look into some kind of antivirus technology or, you know, malware protection type thing for, because I know a lot of people don't bother with that sort of thing on Linux because Linux is perceived of as being pretty safe and secure, which I think it is, but however, I don't think there's any such thing as an impervious OS. Excuse me. Your cat is clenching his fish of rage. Oh, you want me to Google that right now? Okay, yeah, I can do that. All right, let's see. Let's do, let's switch to the gaming window, and let me go to Firefox. Let me get out of this here. Yikes, sorry for that, guys. And hang on, let me go. What is it that I want to do? I want to put in Locker, Goga, and Pegasus. Pegasus. And wow, it's a ransomware thing. Holy mackerel. bright mode. Wow. Wow. That's pretty horrible. Okay. Zowie. So is that your day job, Ben, dealing with that software for where you work, or is it something that you're just doing because it's to do with some personal projects or something like that? Yeah. But nonetheless, I do think that there is something to be said for me doing some due diligence of, man, that's really silly. I keep looking at that thing over there for the, oh, what am I doing? Not that, this. Funny, so I'm wondering. I wonder if I should switch sides with which things are what. I'm going to do that. So let me, I could just put those there. That's fine, I guess. Let me move. Yeah, I'll just leave that there. Let me put, let me do this. Yeah, that should look better, huh? Right? Okay. Yippee-yay. So, well, here, I'm going to go back to here. I don't know that I was actually going to play a game. Oh, we were going to, what was I going to do now? Now I have to get here. Yeah, let me stay in that. Let me get rid of this for a second. Let me go to here. Wow, 3 million attempts. That's pretty crazy, man. That is actually pretty crazy. Oh, I was going to go look up GeoGuessr. So let me see if I can do it here. There it is, online game. Is this the one I'm after? Oh, I need to, I guess I'll continue with Google. I'll use this one here. Okay, I don't want to plan. I'll play the free daily game, thank you. Okay, now let me switch back over here to here. And there. So, that's an interesting building. Oh, you know what? I should enlarge this, shouldn't I? Let's do this so we can actually see it. Can we get it a little bit better? I guess because it's not the same as, all right, that'll be fine. I'll turn it over like that. That's fine. That'll work. I've just wasted valuable time. All right, that's making me think Europe. I don't know about this architecture. It doesn't seem familiar. Man, I don't have any idea. I'm running out of time here, aren't I? So what do we think this is? What do I think this is? You know, I don't I'm going to guess the south of France. Wait, yeah, let's go this way. Let's say somewhere here near here. Wow. Almost got it, Zowie. Next round, I guess. What does that say up there? What is that? I can't make that out. Hyundai. All right. I'm going to, well, from that, I'm just going to assume that I'm in somewhere in South Korea. I have no idea whereabouts in South Korea, so how about just there? Wow, what do you know? That was pretty good, but that was totally because of the words on that building. Right on, Ben. That's a noble job, though, Javon. All right, let's go do that. Okay, that looks like Italy. Should we try and be more? Oh, wait a minute. No. That's not Italy. It's the way the flags are orientated. What is that? Who is that? That does it. Oops, I didn't want to go that way. I wanted to go this way. Wait, what the hell's going on here? What does that say? Polgarak Haza? What is that? You know, I think that's Hungary. That's what I think. I'm going to say somewhere in here. What do you know? Wow. I usually don't do anywhere near that good on GeoGuessr. So here, let me do this back to that size. Let me go back. Let me kill that. I can just leave it there. That's fine. Let's go back to here. Oh no, it's bright white. There we go. Now I need to shrink this back. Yikes. If everything could just all be the same size, man. All right, that's fine like that. Here, you know, I'm going to move to here. So I think I'm going to go back to doing some triggers for a minute. And, you know, I need to do this, do something else. Because that's too bright. There we go. All right, that's not so bad. Yikes. Oh, actually, I should do this, shouldn't I? And there we are. My mouth's getting dry now. Okay, I've missed some comments here. Mind Test Monday will be Monday, of course. Daily Hour and Clips. I wouldn't have to be my dad. Oh, man. I just did a mind test last Monday. I'm doing on this new channel until I get monetized and get my old channel back. I'm going to do mind test Mondays on every Monday, just because I'm desperate and they do well. And then when I get my old channel back, I'll try to relax back into what, you know, I want to do because it's what I really want to do. You know what I mean? Which, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, but now I'm going to have two channels, so I'm going to figure out something to do with this. So if nothing else has happened, that the new, you know, the result of the world resulting after my computer catastrophe will be the end result is I'll have two ASMR channels. So that's my hope anyway. Wow, Ben, that's crazy. But I knew that before because your dad's like my age, right? Yeah, go check it out daily. Yeah, I mean, I did miss one like a few weeks ago, and it came out late, like on a Thursday or a Friday, because it was right after my computer crashed, and I just wasn't able to get my gear just going, or get myself in gear, whatever, however you want to say it. The garden is good. I need to go do some weeding tomorrow, but other than that, the garden is doing well. I have several blooms on the fuchsias. There were some sticky monkeys for a minute, but they kind of have stopped for a bit. What else is happening over there? I did have some deer went after one of my golden yarrow, so it got a little nibbled on. But I think it's going to be fine. I think tomorrow when I do the weeding, my sister has some succulents she wants me to put in, which I'm fine with because I like the succulents with the flowers. So, and she takes clippings off of existing succulents and does little starts. Puts them in a cup in the kitchen windowsill by the over the sink because it gets just about the perfect mix of light and shade and stuff for doing the little cuttings to go. Do a live stream showing one of the dogs. I'll think about that. I'll have to think about how I would do that. I think what I might do is have my niece bring down her dog, Leo. He's a little, I don't know what he is. He's a terrier mix of something. I think he's terrier and Chihuahua and something else. Because I'm pretty sure his mom was my other niece's dog. Hang on, that's bothering me. Now I gotta go see what's going on with that thing. So let me do over here. And let me go to here. And go to here. Come on. There's nothing like being impatient, right? And videos. Yeah, Mind Test Monday with Floating Head feature was out 5 days ago. Yeah, so the first one I did was actually on a Thursday. And then there was a Monday after that 2 weeks ago, and then a Monday after that 12 days ago, and then the one 5 days ago. And there'll be another one day after tomorrow. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm back to here, and what's going on here? I think you may be looking at my old channel daily. Because my old channel, I lost my old channel. Did you not hear? Okay, this is called Bill MaxVoxPax 2. Your cat's name is Buford Finney Blumpkin. That's a good name. Buford Finney Blumpkin. That's a good name. I like that. Oops, the thing just went off. I got to go take a break. I'll be right back. now I'm back to here, and let's be like, okay, and what do we have here? Okay. I had a computer catastrophe is what happened daily. So I lost, well, yeah, I lost everything on the computer. So the good thing is I had a separate hard drive that I kept all my content on. So that's all still there. But, I don't know if that's, I could have got copies of that off of, YouTube. Well, I wouldn't have been able to have source files though. Anyway, I'm glad I saw the content, so that's good. But everything on the main hard drive got lost. And so I have no logins for anything, for banking, for medicine, for, so I have some of my stuff clawed back, but I still have to go do for my medical stuff, which that'll be fine. So, but because of that, I don't have my logins for YouTube, Google, or any of that. And I can't rescue the channels because they do two-factor authentication, which is fine, but I have to be able to use the email that's associated with the channel. And that's what I lost the login to, right? You see, so I'm kind of stuck. And YouTube doesn't give people human support unless you're a partnered creator, which I am, but you have to be logged into your partnered channel to be able to get the assistance, right? So to be able to get help logging into my channel, I'd have to be logged into my channel. You see what I'm saying? It's just fucking nuts. My hope is to get this channel monetized fairly quickly and then get a human to help me. And then I'll, maybe get my channel back so I can have, and then I'll just have 2 ASMR channels. That's my hope. I guess the worst case scenario is that YouTube blows me off, and then, I don't know. Well, here's the thing. I wonder what they would do. Well, I don't know. I guess I just have to have this monetized to a different account if they wouldn't let me do it onto the same one as the other one. I don't know. If they decided to be real jerks about it, but I can't imagine they would, right? That just doesn't make sense, because my channel was just getting traction and starting to be, something that was making money, right? Which is good for me, but it's good for them, right? I'm sure that my revenue stream has dropped quite a bit since for me, the revenue stream always seemed to be tied to a particularly steady output. So if I went over a certain amount, it didn't matter. It wasn't helping too much. But if I went under a certain amount, then I could notice that, I was losing, the revenue stream thing. So I tried to do the kind of 2 video a week kind of thing. Seemed to be working okay, with an occasional extra one here and there. And that seemed ideal, but it was getting, so I'm sure that they've probably lost more revenue than it would cost to pay somebody to help me do it at Google, so, yeah, anyway, so there's the woe is me, and we can not be dwelling on that anymore. Let's see. Yeah, that would be, I should have just said that, Ben. Just say go watch the first video on that channel. Baba Black Sheep song? I don't know Baba Black Sheep. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Ben, as far as posting stuff. I think I've mentioned this before, is that because there's stuff that I like doing that actually hurt the revenue stream, like when I do reading from the stuff off Project Gutenberg, like the Nettie and Becky stories, or actually just anything like that. Or like when I did the James Joyce one, man, that one did really badly. I haven't looked at it in a while, so maybe it's improved. Or like when I do the trying to read Goethe auf Deutsch, that bombs. But I could do those things on this channel. Well, when I get my other 2 back, or my other 3 back, excuse me. I was just thinking of the music one as well. But anyway, when I get the original, Bill MaxVoxPax channel back, then I'll have it just be more or less like what it was, but instead the only difference will be I'll just be doing the storytelling or the stuff that doesn't do well, right? Like Nettie and Becky and and those types of stories, and of course the reading of Goethe in German, or at least trying to. But that way, the main channel can, I can use it to just be sort of the main stuff that I do that people like, kind of the bread and butter, and then all the unusual weirds, all like NNSBB will probably get pushed over onto the new channel too, because those don't tend to do very well either. I'm not going to move anything, you know what I mean? I'm going to leave everything right where it's at. But, as moving forward, that's what I'll do behaviorally, because I think it'll just make more sense for both channels. So, yippee-yay, there's the state of the affairs. Oh no, James, that's what my WC Postman channel is supposed to be for. I've been actually not doing it for a minute just because, well, after the last election, I just became so just frustrated and angry that, it wasn't so, I didn't need it to blow off steam. I needed to not do it just because I was feeling pretty toxic about the whole thing. So I've actually been avoiding news, for a long time now. So, I don't know, maybe, not paying attention to it is worse than paying attention to it. I'm not sure, but anyway, what time? We have 12 minutes left, so what should I do? I think I'm going to do the craft brush on the microphones. So here, let's do this in here. So I guess let's just do some basic soft brushing to start with. And then I'll do the brushing over there, whispering over here kind of thing again. But just a soft, slow brushing. Brushing on the microphones. Brushing on the microphones. Hey, there's a dog walking around upstairs. Brushing on the microphone. 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 Yeah, my channels are all linked, Ben. I mean, because it's all the same foundational ID that started them all was WC Postman. That was my very first YouTube channel, because that was my first Gmail account. And then, because that was my first Gmail account, that's what I used to create my first YouTube account, which was WC Postman. And then, after the Google Plus that Google made everybody get on YouTube, that was basically, they were trying to, dip their toes into the Facebook world, I guess, is what it seemed like. But it just sucked hard. It was horrible. But after they did that whole thing, everything was like really weirdly linked in a very rigid manner. Like when I created this new email, it's like you create any kind of Google account and you have access to all the Googles. You know what I mean? Any Google project. So, but anyway, so I used WC Postman to sort of spawn build MaxVoxPax, and then 3 Monks in a Tub, and then so they're all tied in with the the WC Postman as being the kind of the main thing, and it's also it's also the rescue for, or the recovery email for the other two as well. And I don't remember what I was using for the recovery for that Gmail. In any case, it's a woe with me story, so. But the good news is, if I can get any one of the 3 back, I could use it to claw back the others. I mean, I'd have to probably go through the whole, verified two-factor authentication, for all of them and go round and around that circle until they, go, okay, yeah, you are who you say you are, and then they'll send you, some sort of code to put in, and then you can alter your password and yippee-yay. So accepting cookies means you're accepting personal data might be compromised. Yeah, see, that's the thing, man. They use all that weird stuff in because they, because by accepting the cookies, if you look at their privacy policies, it's not just accepting little, because cookies themselves, unless somebody's being very malicious, are more or less, they're just little files, But also on Linux, it's like there's a couple of places that I have accepted, that they'll put cookies on, because it's like Sweetwater. I'll let them put cookies on my, whatever, because I do, look around there. I mean, I buy stuff from them, but I look at the website way more than I buy stuff, because I have, I have gear acquisition syndrome. I don't have the money to support my addiction, but I definitely have gear acquisition syndrome. Anyway, so I go and essentially fetish gear on the Sweetwater channel. I'm getting too excited about the whole thing. Let's calm down, Bill. Don't be so rambunctious. But anyway, I was starting to say about cookies, and the thing is that lots of places will, like, I'll say, yeah, you can put cookies on the machine, and the next time I come back, they ask if they can put cookies on my machine. So they haven't done it very effectively, have they? Because if they had, they wouldn't need to keep asking me. Because I think one of the first cookies you would put on is a cookie saying that they're accepting cookies. Yeah, there's weird little things. There's this one sequence. It's a sequence of, I think they're just ASCII characters. But on a Windows machine, it's this thing. It's like it's really puny, and you can really mess people up because it causes a recursive thing to happen, and it can be really quite damaging. Like there's a recursive writing thing that it will just go in and find things and replace them, and you can do that recursively in such a way that you can actually destroy your OS in real time, and you can watch it happen. I mean, I've never done it, but I've read stuff about it, I guess. So. Now you gotta have a cookie. I know what you mean, man. I've lately been wanting things like cookies a lot more than usual. But at my age now, I have to be careful about how much sugary crap I eat, because it really upsets my gut if I eat too much. I mean, and it becomes very, very uncomfortable. All right, let's do a little bit of that softer idea of the brushing. So let's brush over there while I speak over here. Yeah, I believe that, Ben. take care of that, my friend. Start eating some decent nutrition, man. Start with drinking some vegetable juice every day. I don't know, Rob, that seems a bit pessimistic about that, not wanting to live too long. Oh. Well, you know, Rob, you need to just establish more relationships so that you can not be so isolated, if, you know, if and when that comes to pass. That will be my suggestion, I guess. I don't know what virtuom is. Oh, virtual machine. I never thought about that, yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean now. MSC and his jokes, man. It cracks me up every time. So there you go. If and when I do figure out the logistics and finances for doing the Bill's, you know, MaxVoxPax World Tour, I'll bring you along, MSC, and you can be the guy that warms up the crowd. Well, yeah, I could see being used to being isolated as an only child, Rob, but I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of things out in the world. And you're still pretty young, so, you know. God, James, that's funny. Do you get along with your adoptive parents, man, if you don't mind my asking? Stay after you left the stage. Dude, I think you're funny as hell. I think they would stay. Absolutely. All right, well, I'm going to go take a quick break, guys, so I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. And all right, let me look what we got. Rob, you just have to find new stuff, man. I don't want to be nagging you, so I'll leave you be. Could we progress? Question: could you do your progress in Mind Test World? I'm not sure what you mean. Could you what my progress? Oh, I'm sorry to hear about your parents, man. All right. Well, if you don't mind it, man, then you can, have your own outlook. I don't need to push you in any particular direction. Oh, do you want to see it now? Is that what you're asking for? All right. Yeah, I'll show you a little bit of where it's at, just for why not. Give me a second. I'm going to need to go get. How am I going to do this? All right, let's just go turn on the Wanty. Oh, it's what am I doing, dude? Pay attention to what you're doing. Where's it? And the Wanty, there we go. And now the Wanty is up. So now let me go to this thing here. And I'm going to say, change that from here. Oh, no, I can't. Because OBS doesn't see Luanti. Oh, wait, no, here it is. It's down at the bottom. EPIA. There we go. I was thinking maybe it didn't see it because it wasn't there. All right, so let's go here. Let's go there. All right. Now, I haven't got it set up to do the game sound, so you're not going to be able to hear any of that stuff. But here, let's go up a little bit higher. All right, so there it is. It's all the mist and stuff there. That snow over there. And yeah, anyway, so there's the place. And I'm really pleased with the way the floors come out, because it's got, spots where it's, what the hell's going on? Anyway, so you can see, well, here, let's just drop down. Right, so I follow the terrain a bit, right? So I have all these weird slanty steps going places and the like, right? Anyways, let's fly again. So if we go over here, this is going to be the sort of outside being inside kind of a weird idea, which I like quite a bit. And the entryway is going to be over there. Over here is going to be another one of these outside, inside kind of areas. And this whole huge thing is going to be the sort of great hall, living room, whatever. I'm not sure how I'm going to populate it with stuff yet. And that's as far as I've got, really. So over here somewhere is going to be the kitchen and dining room. And again, I'm going to have another multi-storied library. I think I'll put here at this end, so that maybe there could be sort of a combination between the skylights, between the outdoor area over here, or the indoor/outdoor, and the library. Like maybe, yeah, I don't know exactly how I'm going to work that out, but like maybe there'll be a balcony from the library into the indoor-outdoor thing, and it's going to be easily 4 stories high, I think. So I don't know what I'm going to do with all this space, with, with that many floors. It's going to be crazy how much nonsense it'll be able to. Yeah, anyway. So there you go. So it's a brief little bit of bonus. Oopsie daisy, here we go. And now let me go to here, since that went away, and go back to, where did it go? Masterminds up here. No, it's not up there. Where'd it go? Oh, I I see what happened. I see what happened. I need to do that again. Come on, go back to it. And now I'll go back to here. Let me do this really quick. Come on, you silly thing. Let's move this over to here for a quick second. Let's do that. Now let me do, it still won't go. All right, it still won't go. I guess I'll have to do here then. It doesn't want to turn the mastermind back on, so I'll just kill mastermind. And I'll play some Octortle. Don't want to play it now? Where's my break timer? Yeah, I'll play some Octortle. How's that? All right, so I'm going to have that there. Actually, no, I don't want to have this here like this. Come on. And if I'm going to do that here, I think, yeah, I'm going to move that back over there. And put this back over here. And like that there. And so if I look like that, yeah, it'll look better. Looks like I'm actually looking at the board, but I'm not covering myself up with that weird little icon thing at the bottom. However, you know what? My head is way too big, isn't it? Come on, shrink down, shrink down. There you go, you silly little bastard. There you go. All right, so I'm kind of out of the way, but you can still sort of see me. Yippee-yay. And except for I need to, there we go. Is it not? There we go. Okay, so I missed some comments here. Hey, Nasal Penny, how you doing? Hey, Victor, how's it going? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. Thanks, Ben. I'm glad you're digging the new one. You know, because I switched out what I was using on the OBS to be able to show everybody the Luanti, / mind test thing, and it doesn't want to. It's like it's somehow made the mastermind window unavailable for some reason. So I clearly did something wacky. So I apologize for that. But so yeah, there's not going to be any more mastermind tonight. So here, let me move the chat out of the way so I can actually play the thinking thing. Let me move that to there. All right. Okay. And here, let me do this way so I can push this here and push that there. Octortle. Yep, I'm going to do some Octortle. I'm going to stop spamming. All right, let me get into the Octortle window. And let's see what we got here. Probably brush, right? And probably comic. I have no idea. Apple. Nope. Okay, lapel. Oop. Jeez. That was a little weirdly backwards, wasn't it? And give. And for it. Man, I'm typing so lousy today. And Rebus. I guess. Yeah, there's the R. I didn't see the R initially. All right, let's get me out of the way. And here we go. And all right. Cushy, join, freak. I don't see what that is yet. Plum, waged. Okay. Upward, maybe. Grind, Jason, and Debut, and Carol. All right. Fishy, giant, freak. So that could be fully, it could be fuzzy. Let's put in plum. Let's just see what that gets. So it's going to be fully. All right. Huh. I don't see it. Tonga. All right. Plain. Hilly. Perky. Candy. Cock. And limit. Okay. And what I keep looking over there for? What's going on with you guys, Bill? Okay. Daily maybe? Nope. Okay. So I should have done wage, huh? Older. There we are. Bride. Tonal. Is that not how you spell rapport? I guess not. Oh, vapor. All right, there we go. And what's this now about? Okay. Poppy. And flute. And how much time have I got on the timer, guy? Let me see. Okay, we still got 6 minutes. I'll play some more Octoral. Pleat, maybe? Bleat. Stole. Reek. Carol. Lurid. Blank. Wafer. Just a wafer thin mint. And Ratty or Terry? Not Terry because the R has. Let's do this. Oops. There we go. And all right. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do the regular one. Oops. God, that annoys me. And I was doing this one. All right. I don't see what that one is there. Legal? Alright, that's what that one is. What's that over there on the left, far left? I don't. Actually, the one next to it, I don't see what that is either. Mabel. No, it can't be Mabel. Okay, so the E either has to be at the very end or at the very beginning. I do not see that at all. Does anybody have any ideas? Okay, this one could be, right? Okay. Ample, maybe? What do you know? Okay. Let's sit up, Bill. Cushy, joint, freak. Unlit, maybe, or something like that. That's probably smirk over there. Let's put in plum. Yeah, so that would be smirk. Fisher. Fisher or what? I'm not sure what you mean, Ben Fisher. Amuse is one there. It is going to be unlit. And Grail maybe. And Rover or Wover. I'm going to say waved. Okay, so rower. Kitty. Roost. What's that over there? Stay. All right. And what does the clock saying now? Okay. This will probably be the last game, and then I'll. Okay, so crime. Fraud, I guess. Break. Accept. Aping. Sting. Shift. And Honer. No. I should have seen that O couldn't go up there. Heron. There we go. All right, so let me switch over to this bit first there, because we're in under a minute now. Oh, you mean 6 letters. I get it now. So I think when I come back, I'll do a different trigger, maybe that good old chunk of wood or the chopstick or something like that. If anybody wants to chime in while I'm off to break, then I'll, look at it when I come back. And, here's the thing. I was just looking at, are you guys bored with that background yet? Should I make a new one for next live stream, or should I just keep that one? I quite like it, but I don't know. I mean, if you guys get bored of it, I can change it up easy enough. Do a search on a game called Flux Remastered. Interesting. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to go take a break. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, so I'm back now, and look up a game called Flux. Maybe I'll do that later on. I'm going to do some triggers for a bit. Oh, you like that game too, do you, Benjamin? Hey, Goals, how's it going? So maybe, I don't know, maybe either later this break, or not break, but this segment, or maybe the next segment, because it's only 9 whatever, so we still have just a little under an hour to go. So, oh, I could have just looked at the freaking timer. That's what it's there for, huh? Sometimes, man. Sometimes I'm so stupid for a smart guy. It's just nuts. So I'm going to do the, you know, I was going to do the chunk of wood, but I want to do, I'll get to that in a moment. I want to do the chopstick on the jar thing, because I quite like this noise. It seems kind of weirdly, it's like ASMR sci-fi or something, you know. Yeah, let's try even going all the way. How often do I lick? L-I-K? I don't know what you mean. Oh, how often do I like to get high? It varies. You know, there's sometimes if I have the money, you know, and I feel like I can afford to spend it on weed, I'll smoke, you know, several times in a week. And sometimes I'll go weeks without smoking, so I guess it varies. To be honest, though, I probably would smoke more if I had a lot more money, you know what I mean? Because there are times when I'm not smoking weed that I might like to, but I just don't feel like I can afford it, kind of thing. Well, there's also times that even if I've got the money, but I have it in the bank, but so I'd have to walk to the bank and then walk to the pot store, and then, you know, it just seems like too much effort. Which amuses me, because back when I was a screwed up drunk, there, you know, you couldn't keep me from booze. I would have made any effort, you know, to acquire booze. But I guess that's the difference between when you're addicted to a substance and not. Oh, and my birthday. Yeah. Oh, somebody earlier asked about the Mind Test Monday Live. I should start thinking about that, huh? Because it's about due, isn't it? So you know what? I'm going to arbitrarily decide I'm not going to do it this Monday, but the Monday after this Monday. I'm going to go put that on my calendar. Give me a quick sec. And you heard it here, folks. Heard it here first, folks. Okay, so not the 20th, but the 27th will be Mind Test Live. Oops, no, that's not a personal thing. That's a Bill MaxVoxPax thing. Alright, that'll be fine. I'll see it like that, I guess. Anyway, So I can edit that later to make it be more, I don't know. There we go. All right. Thanks, Ben. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I think the first one went over pretty decently. Hey, Rotting Fawn, how are you? All right, so I'm going to do a little bit more of the top stuff with the jar. So after I got distracted on the whole Mind Test Live. I've been pretty good, well, except for the, loss of the channel and all that. But physically, I'm okay. I mean, I did, have a little bit of a depressive episode, I guess, because of the computer thing. But I mean, it was worse than I noticed while I was in it, really. But looking back on it, it wasn't as bad as it would have been, pre-medication. You know what I mean? Better living through modern pharmaceuticals. Okay, let's do what? Oh, wow. Well, have a good day at work, man. And there you go. I hope it is productive, and you get everything done that you need to get done. Yeah, what do they call that? Seasonal defective disorder, something like that. Seasonal affected disorder. Is that what it is? I don't know. Saturday for you, right? Well, it's Saturday here. All right, what am I going to do? Let's get the chunk of wood out. How's that? Oh, before I get the chunk of wood out, I want to try something. Let me see. You guys let me know about this, because I haven't ever been, since this channel's hasn't been monetized, I haven't been doing the, and the crowd goes raw, kind of thing. And, but just for whatever, I want to see, A, if this will work, this small jar will work, and B, what else might I do with it that way? So, so how was that, the jar noise for you guys? Just for future reference sake. Aloha, Ben. Thanks, Kid Nana. Well, Rotting Fawn, I used to use the into the jar thing as sort of like the crowd roaring when people would give me the, the money thank you button thing. But since I can't do it on this channel, but I was just thinking it might be good to just incorporate it into, just doing things, and the crowd goes wild. I'll get to the beard brush, James. Don't worry about it. There will be a beard brush tonight. Probably after this one, because it just makes sense kind of to donation sound. What are you doing, Ben? I thought you were going to work. And crinkles. Peace out, Ben. Okay, Van, go take care of the kitty. Subcutaneous, right. That's cool. Are you going to have some kind of celebration around your house around it? Give her some special kitty treats or something? Let's go back to the other mic for a bit. Right on, Rob. That's cool. Okay, I'll do this for a little bit more and then I will switch over. Wow, that's a fair amount of money, Rob. She is lucky to have you. Okay, let's do the beard brush for a bit. And since we're doing the beard brush, let's actually brush the beard for a minute. Just fun. Why not? Now let's go over to this side. Imagine for horses that vet bills would be outrageous, just since they're so huge. I would assume that any medicines they need would be needed in much larger quantities than say a cat or a dog would need. Excuse me. Okay. There's no brushing on the thing now. Let's tap on it, yeah. Man, that's crazy. Wow, that's crazy. About the shoulder injury on that horse rotting fawn. Wow, 19. That's crazy, Kate Amanda. Trying to think. You know, I think it's admirable, Rob, that, I mean, if you can afford it, you know, I think, you know, providing the cat that you know, have so much affection for, you know, that seems like a natural and beautiful thing to do. What's my favorite trigger to do? I don't know, I think it depends. Like some nights I really like doing the chopstick thing. I like the chunk of wood, both, you know, tapping it, you know, either kind of tapping on it with the pads of my fingers or with my fingernails or brushing on the end grain. So I guess I'll say the chunk of wood, just because it's so kind of weirdly versatile, and it just seems so kind of clunky and weird, and it sort of suits my personality, I think. Okay, it's coming up on the end of this break segment. Wow, that's some bad luck with the diabetes and lymphoma thing. Yikes. Okay, I will continue probably with both of the block of wood and the beard brush when I come back from this break. True enough, rotting fawn about the... Okay, let me go to... I'll be right back. Okay. You know, I'm not going to take another break because if I take another break in 20 minutes, that'll be like only 10 minutes away. So I got out of sync here pretty badly. So, you know, yeah, we'll just dispense with that one there. Because, you know, otherwise I'd only have like 13 minutes on the, you know, I don't know, that just seems too weird and silly. So, if I change my mind, I'll, you know, if I have to stand up for some reason, I'll do that. So anyways, let me do this. Let me do this like that. Come on. And let's just leave that there like that. All right, and here I just thought of an idea. Get the loose hairs out of my beard brush. And here we go. Can I do this with one hand? Can I do this with one hand? That was kind of interesting. I don't know if it was worth the effort or not. You guys let me know. Let's do the block of wood with the pads of my fingers. Yeah, that was a weird little odd coordination exercise, wasn't it? I don't know, Rotting Fun, you should give it a go. You might be more versatile than you believe. Wow, that's pretty tragic, Rob. Yeah, you mean Virginia? Let's do the fingernails now instead of just the pads of the fingers. Yeah, college towns are always that way, aren't they? That kind of thing frustrates me no end. I second Kate Manda. Man, that sucks. Wow. Yeah, I'm not so sure about how Target works, but I know that Walmart is super, super predatory. Like they've gone into communities and just bled them dry and then picked up stakes and left. Okay, what is this? Found a channel called Moody's Nocturnal Ambience, and it has like rain on it. Oh, that's an interesting thing, yeah. You know, I've been toying with the idea of making some of those types of ambient noise type videos and then setting them up like, well, in two ways. One, where it will just be a really super long form video, like, you know, a few hours. Like, you know, those ones that are like, you know, 8 hours long. You could just have it run for the whole time you're asleep kind of thing, because I know people like those things. But I'm thinking of doing them in two different ways. One where it's, you know, just some really long, weird thing that I stack together somehow. And then another way would be to create something that was looped. And then, you know, I think I play with the idea of short loops that are recognizably loops, but sometimes people like the obvious repetition. They find comfort in that, which I've been known to do that. Excuse me. But sometimes a longer thing is, you know, more conducive for whatever kind of relaxation. Okay, see ya, Rotting Fawn. Aloha. Oh, so you know that channel too, James? Alright, let's go back to the beard brush for a little bit. Oh, you know what? Before I go back to the beard brush, I was going to go look up, what's that game that I'm supposed to go look up? Flux something? Let me go up to if I can find it in the comments again. Where was that? Where is it? All right, I don't remember. What game am I supposed to be looking up? What's that Flux thing? Flux Remastered. That's it. Thank you. All right, let me switch this to this. Let's see. What do I have over there? I think it's this. Hey, Vibia. So let's go to the gaming window. And let's take this to here. And let's say Flux Remastered, huh? Oops. And what is this here? Flux Remastered is a fan-made remake created from the 1999 Masterworks. Okay, played on the web browser for everyone's enjoyment. Played anymore. I don't know. All right, well, let's look at it. What is this? What does this look like? Let's try classic mode because I have no idea what the hell's going on. Welcome to Flux. Please choose your account and drop down list to add to make a new one. All right, well, so I guess I have to add one because I don't have an account. Enter my name. I'll say Bill P. Okay, I guess I'll just say okay. So what am I supposed to do? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What does this say? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. I guess play. Oh, is this one of those where you move things around kind of thing? I don't get this. What am I doing? I don't get it. Oh, I see. Is that the idea? I'm supposed to try to clear the thing in as few things as possible. Is that the idea? Okay, I see. I think. Well, I guess I'll do that. And then that. Come on. And then that. And then that. And that. And... Huh, interesting. I'll play one more. Why not? And looks like this. Huh. All right, I don't see how I'm going to mess with this mess here, but let's try this. Nope, I'm still going to leave that red one by itself, aren't I? Huh. Interesting. So let's play one more, then I'll do something else. So if I do these. Hey, what do you know? All right. Okay, I'm going to go back over to here. That's an interesting game. I'm going to go back here real quick. I'm going to bookmark that and put it in amusement. There we go. For future fun and whatever. Interesting. Thank you for the recommendation. And, all right, so what was I doing? I was going to, I haven't brushed on the end grain yet, have I? So we're down to the last 20 minutes of the show, folks. So I'm going to do some brushing on the end grain. Brushing on the end grain. Switch hands. Oh, you know what I want to do after this? I want to do some skateboard ASMR. I might be the only channel that does that. So Flux was that game I was just playing there, Vibia, a little few minutes ago. And Mind Test is going to be Monday, so day after tomorrow. And the Monday after that, which was, what was that, the 27th or something like that? Yeah, the 27th. On the 27th, I will be doing a Mind Test live. And as far as the channel, I can't figure out any other way of doing it without human help. So what I'm going to do is try to get this channel monetized. Well, not try, it's going to get monetized probably, I'm hoping, in less than a month from now. All going well. And if I can do that, then perhaps I can get access, because if you're a partnered YouTube creator, you can get access to support that other folks don't get access to. So my hope is that I could get help from a human and then I can, get my other channels back. Anyway, that's my hope. We'll see what happens. Okay, so requirements for monetization. Well, actually, I'll just look them up and tell them to you when I'm actually there. So let's go to here, there. Let's go back to here. Let's go to here and go there. And let me go to here. Okay, so for the first layer of eligibility for monetization is so I could just get the thank you button. Like for, so people could give me $1 during the live stream kind of thing. And all I need to qualify for that is 500 subscribers. I have to have uploaded 3 videos in the last 90 days, and I have to have 3,000 watch hours, which I almost have. I've got 2,500 watch hours officially verified by YouTube, and I already have the other 2 taken care of. So what I need to get actual support from a human is I have to get 4,000 watch hours, or no, excuse me, 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. So, and I'm not that far off from either one of those. So I'm hoping, like I said, in a couple of weeks, maybe a month, I can have all that done. And yeah, down at the bottom it says I'd get YouTube creator support. Yeah, yippee-yi-yay. Anyway, so that's that. Here and all right. Okay, wait, I got comments here. I tried the Twitter thing, to both the official YouTube thing, and then there's this group that's like a YouTube creators group or something, and I just got the same stuff that I could find anyway. They always send me the same freaking links that require the 2-factor authentication stuff. None of those things will help me. I absolutely have to have a human to help me. So, it's frustrating, but it seems to be the way it works. So I mean, if anybody out there is watching, has access to, a YouTube person, or, like if you're a YouTube creator in your own right, and maybe you're even bigger than me, then maybe you have access to support, and you could say, hey, this guy Bill is in trouble, please help him. Otherwise, I'll just have to wait and do that. Hope that I can monetize this channel. Yeah, I have posted stuff to forums. And again, everybody gives me that link, or those links. it's like somehow people just don't get the fact that it's like say blah blah blah, and they go, well, can't you just? It's like, no, you know, it's like the automated system that they want you to use. It's the AI driven thing cannot function without doing the two-factor authentication, but that requires actual access to the original email to the channel. You know, it's super frustrating. And I know it's just down to that they just don't want to pay for to have somebody, you know, spend their time doing that kind of thing. Anyway, I don't mean to get so angry about it and all that here. We should be being mellow here, man. You know, so we're down to like the last 11 and a half minutes, so. I think it's time to start a wind down thing, yeah. Start getting a little bit slower. Maybe not talking so much about horrible, negative things. That's weirdly subtly different, isn't it? Whether I do the brush that way or that way, right? Okay, what do I want to do now? I think I'll tap some more on the beard brush. Just because it's so small and compact and easy to do. Oh, speaking of games and stuff, I've been playing on this website. What is it called? Let me just see for real quick. Go over to here. And where is it at? There it is. It's called playclassic.games. Anyway, I've been over there with my dad actually playing, because I have these old Sierra games. There's a series that my dad and I used to play. Actually, our whole family played them. It was the King's Quest series by Sierra. Anyway, so we've been playing these, you know, early and mid-90s point-and-click adventure games that Sierra did, which I really enjoyed. And I'm enjoying replaying them. Hours of watching. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Well, thanks. I mean, all the views count, man. So any engagement is good. So every time you guys watch a video or comment on a video or click the thumbs up, apparently the algorithm is interested in engagement, which makes sense, right? Because what it wants to do is show more people the video, and then if the video does, you know, work, then that makes it better for selling ad time, right? So I mean, as frustrating as the algorithm is, YouTube does want everybody to watch channels, you know? Because if they can't sell ad time, then they don't make money. So, you know, the more people that my videos can cause people to watch ads, then the happier they are. Which I know they get frustrated because ASM artists don't want to do the mid-roll ads. Because they're always, you know, there's these little messages going, you do make much more money if you'll do those mid-roll ads. Please do the mid-roll ads. And similarly, like if I'm able to get the, you know, the monetization for the live, well, for the channel, and I can get the live stream thanks button things, then but yeah, even when I'm doing the live stream things, YouTube wants me to let them choose when to put the ads in. But I like doing it manually because then I can line up the ads with when I take my break, to go hang on my bar so I can let my back, do some, self-traction, so to speak. Well, it's not so to speak, it's doing self-traction. I mean, if you had told me when I was a young person that when I was older I'd be hanging from a chin-up bar just to hang, you know what I mean, so that my back will just, release itself, right? But every once in a while it does it really well, and I can just feel all the vertebrae going, and just sort of letting the tension out and feel the nerves getting more space. The beard has been growing since my sister's 40th birthday, and I'm 3 years older than her, and I'm 60, so I guess 17 years. You know what I'm going to do now, because I did this before and it seemed to be okay for people. I'm going to just do some basic sort of humming, mumbling kind of thing for the last few minutes here. MSC, I have thought of that, but I wouldn't know who to ask because I don't really have any, relationship with anybody, and I would feel kind of weirdly intrusive, to, go bug somebody about it, So that's the thing, yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, let's see what I'm going to do. Let's do, that's the Brahms thing, isn't it? Which I'm sure I'm screwing up. I don't think I'm remembering the melody quite right, but I'm 70 but look 50, and now I'm 60. Okay. Yeah, I'll think about that. See, again, I'm just not sure who I would reach out to, but I'll consider that. Okay, we're down to the last minute, so if anybody else has any really quick things that they can get up and out, probably not though, so I'm not even sure why I bother with that at the end, because there's such a delay that I can't ever remember exactly what the latency is between when I say something, you guys hear it, and then when I hear back from you. Excuse me. But this was a good stream, I think. Thanks everybody for showing up and, you know, supporting the new channel and all of that, so I can get back the other ones. I appreciate that, and I'm sorry that that gets dwelled on, as much as it does. But hopefully I'll get things under control and we can not talk about negative things in the future. And again, so mind test this Monday. The Monday after this Monday, on the 27th of this month, will be mind test live. So if you're watching this in the future, it happened in October 27th in 2025. Man, my brain is just crazy. Okay, so the timer has clicked off. Let's go ahead and turn that down. And what are my top 10 movies and why? I'm not going to give the top 10 movies list, man. It's going to take too long for me to think about that. So remind me of that next time. Maybe we can talk about it. But yeah, I know you guys already know my three. So 2001, Good, Bad, and the Ugly, and House of Flying Daggers. In any case, gang, thanks for showing up. Thanks for the support. I really do appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you all next week. Same time, same channel, all that stuff. Anyway, aloha, sibling.